get it. Chop it up, then split it. If it's solid, then I'm with it. Say let's get it.
Kickstandz down, square toes on the ground. Beef all around, I'm 10 toes down.
If you want it, we can get it. Chop it up, then split it. If it's solid, then I'm with it. Say let's get it.
Yo.
Yeah, what's up here? Yo, what's poppin'? What's poppin'?
Yo, what's
Not
happening?
much. So, give everybody a heads up real quick. Where you at? What's going on? All that good jazz. So if you pop out, they know.
Absolutely. Absolutely. First and foremost, welcome to KSD our way. It's your main man, Trouble, left lane bully. If you hear something distinct in the background, it's because I am in the hospital right now for good reasons, not bad reasons. So if I have to dip up out of here, it's because my baby girl is now entered the world or is about to enter the world. So much love, honor, and respect. But I'll be up here for a little bit. You know what I mean?
All right. So,
What up, McLaurin?
congratulations to the mother and father bringing new life into this world. Shout out to you. Um, how's everybody been? Let's get that out the way.
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. It's fantastic. I'm blessed, man. I can't complain about nothing. And if I do, ain't nobody gonna pay attention anyway. So
Nah, you too old.
Sounds about right. I care until I don't. No, I'm just
father
playing.
time now, according to somebody over there.
Wrong way.
Yeah, Angel had a grandniece born this morning too.
Congratulations, Angel.
So,
Oh, look at there. We got a first timer in here. Y'all know Gloria? Says she's a first time hearing the show.
yep, first time on the show.
Appreciate it.
In a couple of the chats. So, shout out to everybody here from the chats. Thank you, Beaker, for throwing that up. We have new merch up right now. 8 new designs. Make sure you go check them out. And we're always happy to make a sale. So we appreciate all y'all. For those of you that are trying to get a hold of Miss Lotus, as you know, you can hit us up on Facebook. We'll gladly get you in communication with her for the tumblers. Warlayan, his should be on the way. Um, Beaker just got his.
Hell yeah.
And other than that, you want to do this disclosure before disclaimer, whatever, before we get started?
I got you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode. Excuse me. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first episode of 2025 KSD, which stands for Kickstandz Down to the newbies. We do it our way. So, being stated, that is, this is our thoughts and opinions only. It have nothing to do with our prospective clubs or who we may or may not associate with and or support. Mm, little twist there. However, this is KSD and KSD our way, not yours. What say you?
I say that we're gonna do it our way, whether they like it or not. Let's keep things real. Let's keep them guessing as always. And as always, we like the conflict and the debating here on Kickstandz Down. So if you got alternate opinions than what we have, that's okay. We love to hear them. Tonight, starting out the first episode of the month, normally we go with Trouble's Mental Health Monday, but as you can see, he's got this going on, so we completely understand. Um, but thanks to Trouble, the next 48 episodes have already been pre-planned. So that brings us to the title of tonight's show, The First Law of Power. Robert Greene's 48 Laws of Power. If you don't know it, haven't read it, go get it, read it. It's like Sun Tzu's Art of War. It's definitely one of them things you need to read. the first law is never overstep the master. So, how can we bring that into our community and our lifestyle? How can we contribute that to a normal day on the MC set? Mike Ball said, "Do not outshine Perez."
That's right. That's the best way to put it, Mike. What up, man? And even if you're in a situation to where you don't have a press, right? And excuse me if y'all hear my baby heartbeat in the back, but it's gonna happen tonight. Um, hold on, baby girl, you going ham now? You ready to come out, Steve? Huh? You ready to see KSD? Okay. She ready to see KSD. But yeah, even if you don't have what you call a president or a number one, um, still respect the person that's over you, right? That will make them look like an ass in front of public, although they are an asshole sometimes and don't know what they're talking about. Still give them their due diligence and their credit where credit is due. And even sometimes you have to do a little ego boost, even when we don't want to. What say you?
So, as far as never outshine your master, the way I see it in this community, you're gonna want to do all that you can do. Um, that being said, some people, myself included, at a time in their probationary period or fresh new fullback period, have always wanted to do a little bit more and outshine somebody, made somebody jealous. It's gonna happen. The best way to think about doing it is do it in a courteous way that you're not doing it for yourself. You're doing it for the club. Um, Make sure you are talking to your higher ups, your chain of command, and do what you got to do. Don't just run out there and run amok just because you want to run amok. Make sure that someone knows what you're doing. But I was told when joining this world, I said, hey, I don't really want to step on somebody's toes. And I got told, if you ain't going to step on somebody's toes, I ain't got use for you because I want you to step on toes. I want you to stir stuff up because if you do, that means that you're putting your heart into it. So make sure
Correct.
that you can put your heart into it without overstepping. Be courteous, be righteous, and be respectful upon doing so. Beaker, what you got for us?
No, I mean I agree with everything you guys said. It's
Like that shirt, by the way.
yeah, ride your iron or drop your rags. Available on tpublic.com/user/KSD. That's right. Represent. Hell yeah.
I like
No,
that.
but like you said, man, full respect. You can have your own opinion. You can disagree with people. Just don't be a dick about it. You know, be respectful. Have a little humility, because one day you're going to be where they're at, and you don't want the people beneath you to do to you what you're trying not to do to them. If that makes any sense whatsoever,
I think
because
we
you
got
wouldn't
you.
you wouldn't want it done to you. That's the long way of saying it, I guess.
And let's be mindful here. Um, being in a place of power is never fun. Being in a place of power for people who are now joining the set or joining the organization is not a bragging utensil. It's not a bragging tool. So
Mm-mm.
don't start off with that. Being in a position of power is definitely a responsibility that you must be equipped mentally to maintain. When you have, it just depends on your organization or your group of people or whatever the case may be. Um, don't outshine the club, be one as a whole, absolutely. But it just depends on how many people you have in your group, organization, MCSC, whatever the case may be. You're dealing with multiple personalities, right? So it's very important for you to keep a level head, right? So let's say, for example, you are second in command, right? And let's just say your first in command is a hothead. What are you going to do about that? Just because he's a hothead, everybody knows he's a hothead. Are you gonna go at that man's throat just because everybody know he's a hothead? Or are you gonna have these civil conversations, one on ones, and try not to throw him under the bus if at all possible in front of people? What you gonna do? We are talking about laws of power here, so what you gonna do?
So, the best way to go about it is be humble, man. Don't be out here battling egos, and don't let your status get the best of you. Okay.
Ooh,
Um, you you got so many people out here that lets their status, their title, their officer position, their whatever get the best of them, get in their head. They get power hungry, and then they want to battle egos because they think because you're doing something to benefit the club and they didn't have that idea that you stepping on their toes. Which brings me back to what I said earlier. If you ain't gonna step on toes, you're kind of wasting everybody's time. So be humble about it. Uh, do it. Do it for the greater good. But don't let that status. Don't let it get in your way. Don't let it go to your head. Because I'm sorry, I don't care about your position, your rank, your title, none of that. Um, you can make a difference without all that. I've seen probies come in and change the course of a club before they even get made a fullback. So they can completely take one of them party clubs and turn it into a riding club, that's out there crossing state lines, making cross country runs and all that. Not a riding club as in an RC, but a riding club, one that actually gets out there and rides instead of just being at the clubhouse partying all the time while they're still in Pro B status. So don't let the status get to your head. Be humble. Don't battle egos.
It's a bit cliche, but Uncle Ben said it. Great power comes great responsibility. And another way of saying that is power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. Now, I got to say, I had no idea about these 48 laws of power till a few days ago when I sat down with Frost and I said, educate me. He told me all about it, and I went and bought the book just so I have a good idea of what we're going to be talking about the rest of the year. So this is information for me, and this is something that I have no problem saying openly. Educate me. I'm always wanting to learn. If I'm not learning, I ain't learning, and it's a bad day. It's just bad. Yeah, yeah, G, you're right. You're only as good as your leader is as well. And C. Good said you're only as strong as your weakest link. That's all true. And one thing that I've always been told, yeah, there are time and place to stand up in front of everybody and speak your piece. Normally you do that in church, right? Most of the time, you're going to want to go one-on-one, away from everybody else, speak your piece, grill that beef up and get it done and over with, and try not to do it in public unless it absolutely has to be done that way.
yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. Hey, Frost brought up a good point, and you did too, B. Um, being self-taught, being humble, and coming in whatever part of the lifestyle that you're going to come into with your mindset, you already people can smell leadership, right? Like it pours out your skin as if you were drinking all night long and it's 6 in the morning and you just stopped at 3. You know what I'm saying? If you know what you're looking for. You know what I'm saying? So just like Frost said, from a probate, display some kind of leadership, man, and some kind of discipline. You know what I'm saying? Because just because you're on probation, probeing, prospecting, whatever terminology you want to use, you're still being put in a position of leadership. Because at the end of the day, what happens when you got 4 probies and all y'all on the line? Which one of y'all going? Which one is going to be number one? Which one is going to be number 4? Is that not a form of leadership?
Yup. Sure is.
Oh, I done something now.
What happened?
Genesis says she got a bone to pick with me. Uh
Oh damn.
Sorry
oh.
for you. See,
I'm saying, right?
I'm sitting here rocking her merch right now. So
You
Nice.
feel me?
I know I'm not getting beat up.
That's probably what it is.
But
It probably is.
no, like, you know, Beaker said wait till you get to the clubhouse, and that means something big to me, cuz I have seen so many people want to argue, bicker, and complain out in public or at an event and just make an ass out of the whole club instead of being like, hey, me and you need to step over to the side and have a word real quick. Look, I don't agree with you. We're going to discuss this later. Right now, you're my bro and I got your back. But here in a little bit, me and you are going to go rounds when we get back to the clubhouse. Just letting you know. It could be verbally, physically, whatever, but we having rounds when we get back to the clubhouse. Because right now, you my bro. Right now, it's my duty to support you. But we can make asses out of ourselves in private later. And I see it so often out there, especially on our set, where, you know, one verbal altercation ends up into 90 verbal altercations because everyone want to put their 2 cents in instead of just stepping back and being like, yo, both of y'all need to wait till later. Knock it off. That's that battle of egos that I was talking about.
Yep.
But, you know, be the patched member you wanted as a prospect.
There you go. That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
When you're a prospect, you want that patch member that's going to have your back, that's going to look out for you, that's going to teach you, that's going to be that role model. So when you become that fullback, make sure that you're the fullback that you wanted to have as a prospect. You don't want that fullback that's out there acting a fool and starting drama all the time, because then you're going to go down the wrong path.
Absolutely. And I want to add something else in there too, man.
It better be that comment.
Never be too proud that you can't be taught. It's a simple sentence, but it holds weight. Um, I've noticed a lot of people in this lifestyle that we chose that tend to do the most. Let's just be real. You know what I'm saying? You get a position, or you get a couple of kudos, and then now you got your chest out, and then you're moving in more directions than your fingers can point, and you're gonna end up burning both ends of the spectrum, and you're gonna end up making yourself look like an ass because now you're opening your mouth and holding promises that you can't keep. Like this
Well,
this this lifestyle that we're in, man. I'm telling you, it can burn you. It can burn you more ways than one, and you won't even notice it
Facts.
because you're just going. You got to take time to sit down and think, especially if you're in these positions of power that we're mentioning that we're going to go through. You know what I'm saying? Week by week, we're going to break them down, and all the verbiage that ties into the topic. Think about it for real, because I look at positions like I told you, it's responsibility. I can't say that my position is way more responsible than another guy's position that might be 4 or 5 steps below me according to rank. I can't say that because all parts of the body need all parts of the body to cooperate and move successfully. You know what I'm saying? So just because you might have higher rank, do not look at the lower rank male in my in my instance, which is an MC, and try to disregard thought patterns, emotions, not emotions, because you're supposed to keep those out the club. We'll get into that later. But thought patterns and productivity for negativity and shunning. Don't let that go over your head.
so something that we've all brought up and we've all hammered in the past, it's probably appropriate for this subject as well, is one of the important things I learned, and we all learned as we were getting into this lifestyle, is learning how to move. You got to learn how to move, and it doesn't mean step left or step right. How do you carry yourself? How do you present yourself? How do you let other people see you? What do other people say about you? How do you move? What say you there, Mr. Frost?
So, how you move has a lot to do with the way you make it in this world. And when I say this world, I mean the MC world. Um, the the way you move is with respect, with some morals, with being courteous, and not being afraid to ask questions and learn. Okay, a lot of people mess up because they get into this world. Hey, I know how to ride a bike. Okay, I've seen bikers. I've watched Sons of Anarchy, and I've watched all these other ones, the Bike Riders, and all the other movies and shows. I've seen Biker
Yeah,
Boys. So I know what I'm doing in this MC world. Okay, first off, no, you don't. Um,
I got a
don't
perfect
be afraid
example of
to
that.
learn because they think that because they've seen all that shit that they know what's going on, and then they're embarrassed to ask. They let their egos and their pride get to them. Hey, I don't want to look like the dumbass that don't know what's going on. But we have a brother that we shout out all the time. Each one teach one. So if we're not taking the time to teach, then we're failing in this community. If we're not taking the time to continue to learn, we're failing in this community. Once a prospect, always a prospect. You're never done prospecting. I don't care if you're national prez, you still a prospect. You still got stuff you got to do. You still got knowledge that you have to learn. You're never too old to keep that going. um, Genesis said humility is a great skill of a leader, and that right there is so true. Humility can humble someone very quickly,
Quick.
and whenever they're humbled, they can open their eyes. Like Trouble was saying, just because that bro is below you, don't mean that he ain't got some knowledge to teach you because he might not know the MC world. Okay, he might not, but he might have some street smarts or some book smarts that he can apply to the situation, and it might open your eyes to see it in a different perspective. Perspective is what everybody goes on in this world. So if you move with respect and honor and dignity, then that's what you'll get. If you don't, you won't.
Perfect example I had probably shit been 30 years ago now when I was first really getting into this lifestyle fully. I had a brother of mine who collected Easy Rider magazines. I mean, he had like 20 years of these things out in his garage. And this new cat coming around was like that. Thought he knew everything. Couldn't learn nothing. Literally walked up to my brother one day and went, "Oh, come on, man. You've read all them Easy Rider magazines. You know what it means to be a brother." Today's equivalent would be, "Yeah, I watched Sons of Anarchy, or I watched OCC. I know what it means to be a biker." No, you don't know jack shit. It was just pointed out. Reality will hurt. Stupidity should hurt.
Yep.
Pain is the ultimate teacher. Prove me
I
wrong.
definitely agree. No, no, no. You're right. Pain is the ultimate teacher. Um, However, you have people that continuously go through the pain because they're not realizing the lesson behind it. So there's something that I've noticed as well, right? And I want to say it out loud, unapologetically on this wonderful year that we're starting off right. So I'm gonna continue starting off right.
Ooh.
Stop putting stuff on your back, man, because it looks like a popularity contest. Please stop entering these establishments and these associations and these MCs and these SCs because of the clout. Like, I'm sick of it. I've been tired of it. It's just now that I don't give a fuck about saying it publicly anymore.
Hmm.
Hmm,
I know, and
it
I
is what it
waited
is.
so long for you to be willing to speak up about it.
Just because, bro, it's getting ridiculous now, man. It's like I feel like anybody can walk into a store now and grab a patch, and it's getting ridiculous. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's just like,
You want a full set?
I
You want
yeah,
a full patch set? Go to eBay. Go to Amazon. They're
exactly,
available.
They got you buy one
exactly,
get one free.
There you go. 50%
exactly,
off next week. But
exactly.
You be in two
Mike's
clubs by the weekend.
Mike said something, and I know I probably say this every time I'm on camera with y'all, but it just, we're people have gotten have gotten too comfortable with being disrespectful and not getting punched for it. And I
Yep.
probably say that every time I'm on camera, and it's not just with you guys. I know I've said it when I was on with Mike and with Hardwire and them other guys too. People need to learn to be respectful, even if that means doing it the hard way. And
You
that
know,
goes back to the topic as well.
speaking of Hardwire, he said, "Youth is wasted on the young." That right there is so true. And lately, I see a lot of issues with young ones getting into positions of power and wanting to be quick to cause problems. Sadly, quick to flush a young life down the drain. It's true of what they say about youth. And that is so true because these young ones get out here and nowadays they don't know what it's like to get punched in the mouth and get a busted lip. They just want to pull
Nope.
the strap and go at it. So then you just flushed your whole life down when y'all could have been out there like Debo and Craig and fighting it out and living the next day. I don't care how many movies you got to make out of it. Take that ass whooping like a grown ass man. Be a man about it.
Hardwire said, when you tell young people they're stupid, you get a black dragon situation where the youngins pushing the old guys out. No respect for the old guys or history. That is cold hard facts right there.
The funny part about it is, man, with the younger generation, like we're talking about, for one, everybody has a point to prove, right? For two, when you start talking about anything that's above their educational background, that's when they get aggressive. So what I want to say is conversation rules the nation. Rest in peace to the late great knowledge, my brother. He used to say it all the time, man.
Yep.
Conversation rules the nation. I don't have to physically punch you in the mouth. I can punch you in the mouth verbally, but I can also punch you in the mouth physically. Now, I can dance circles around you on this educational background topic and levels to where we at. But if you're unable to retain information and to grow up mentally, you're gonna want to physically do something to me, and I guarantee you, you ain't gonna win that one either. So be careful how you choose your battles, because if it's a guy talking to me like this right here, and I'm physically upset with him, I'm gonna get a little nervous because he's too calm. See what I'm saying? We got to grow up a little bit.
I seen a post from one of our bros on Facebook today that said, "I don't care if we're debating or arguing. If you stand, I'm standing." And you know that made some sense to me being in the world as long as I've been because if we debating and you stand up, then obviously you thinking a little bit further than what I'm thinking as far as this debate goes. If we're arguing and you stand up, then we can handle it like that. But I suggest you sit down and we continue this conversation because it ain't gonna be pretty. But I mean, honestly, the outshining the master is it's a touchy subject, especially in the MC world, because what do we want to do for our charter, chapter, nation, organization, association, whatever? What do we want to do? We want to outshine everybody else that's out there. We want to be the public eye. We want that because it makes us grow as a unit. But that's whenever it comes back to something me and Trouble has spoken on 1,000 times, the numbers game. And I'm sorry, but I'll take quality over quantity any day.
Hell yeah.
I really will, because I can go out there and I can buy a bushel of apples and half of them's going to be rotten up underneath. But if I go out and I hand pick the amount of apples that I want one by one, then I know each one of them apples is going to be good. Now, the numbers game can get you into a lot of trouble out here in this world, because then you end up becoming one of them, like Big Bone calls them, the Walmart riders, or like I
Yeah.
call them, the Happy Meal clubs, because they done went through the drive-through, got their patches, and they on their way, and they'll hit up the next drive-through that they come to down the road and get a new set of patches and be on their way. And that's not what I'm about. So I'm uh I'm one of them people that take quality. I'm more about the quality than the quantity.
So here's a question, not just for you two, but for everybody in the comment section too. And this is a genuine question. So you got two guys that are with you, two of your brothers, and one of them's constantly hammering. You know, I want to do this. I should be that. I'm gonna be VP. I'm going after the VP position because I got the knowledge and the skills that I need to do that. Then you got the other brother over there who says, you know what? That ain't something I ever want to do. But if you want me to do it, I will. Now, which one are you going to want to elevate into that position,
The one that don't want it.
and why?
Look, even Red over here beside me said the same thing at the exact same time. The one that don't want it.
And why?
Because the one that don't want it is the one that's going to be humble enough to actually listen and fucking think about shit, not be an ignorant little twat.
Damn right. Preach, Red. Exactly.
Oh, I do, but nobody ever fucking listens to me because I'm courageous.
Because the guy who doesn't want to do it is the one who isn't going to abuse the power. He's going to do exactly what he's supposed to do to make that position right, and he's going to get out of it as fast as he can because he don't want to be there. But he's going to do it right, and he's going to make sure it's done right. And whoever comes after him, he's going to try to do his best to make sure that they do it right.
Give me the second one, like everybody's saying. And my rhyme of reason is I found out throughout my set living, the one that doesn't want it is the one that's going to do it the right way because he has nothing to prove. And you're actually elevating his mindset to be something bigger than what he sees that he can be. So give me the second one because the gun ho is more or less it's 50-50 from what I've seen. And what I mean by that is 50% title and the other 50% is dictatorship. Pipe down, little fella. It's not your go yet. You know what I'm saying? Because you haven't conditioned your mind. You haven't conditioned your mind, body, and soul to really go through with what you need to go through for your team. You know what I'm saying? And if your guys don't select you on that alone, then you know you got your good group of guys or gals. Now if they select you on a popularity contest, good luck with your club.
So, have y'all ever seen the drawing where you've got the bird flying off the cliff and then you've got the wolf with its back legs on the cliff reaching out? So, let's use that for an example, because I know most of you have seen that picture at one point in your life. That bird is your position, it's your title, it's your officer title. Okay, and that wolf is the one that wants it. It's chasing it. Now, that wolf's gonna fall off. He's gonna fall down that cliff, just like War said down here. The gung ho always heads for a cliff, and that's what made that picture pop into my head. Now, what it don't show you is that you got the other wolf setting back with the pack. Talk about, hold up, bros, hold up. Look, we all need to sit here because you see what's happening to this idiot over here. Okay, he's going down. We all know it. Let him go down by himself because we don't all need to go down. And in this world, it happens more often than not that one bad apple will spoil the whole bushel, like C. Good said. Now, that being said, that one bad apple um, that one bad apple doesn't have to spoil the whole bunch. Okay, that one bad apple could save the whole bunch, could keep it all going, and make it 10 times better. Because it's all about the mentality that you have. If if you watch, okay, I come from the hood, and if I'm sitting outside the projects and I'm smoking a cigarette, and all of a sudden I see three motherfuckers come running out the building and take off running past me, guess what? I'm getting up and running too. And it's that mentality that'll get you sometimes, because half the time they just fucking with you. But if you sit there for a second, you just watch them all run by, you'll see what's going on. Sometimes it can hurt you, sometimes it can help you. You never know. But
You have to have
you need to be able to do like Robert Downey Jr. and Sherlock Holmes and slow it down, see all the different possibilities, different angles and everything before you take that punch. Because you could swing and it could turn out wrong, but you could swing and you could drop them. You never know.
See,
Yeah,
Hardwire had a fair point too.
yeah.
He says, yeah, but at the same time, the one that doesn't want it might be the one that can't handle responsibility. And there's plenty of theirs out there. So it isn't 100% of the time. And you're accurate. You're 100% right. But you're also going to weed that guy out before he gets there, because you're going to
Each
know
one teach one though.
that there is
How
that.
many how many times have us as adults filled out a job application? Don't really know how to do the job successfully, but we did on the job training, and now they're who we call on. The best people that you can get on your team, man, is the ones that are coachable. Where you know what I'm saying, and I'm not saying anything against what Hardwire said. He's right. However, what I've learned is the people that are gun ho, they have self mission, not we mission. They have me missions. They don't have we missions. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? They'll say we a lot in sentences, but it's a lot of me's inside of those sentences. You know what I'm saying? So what I would really say is, if you're in a seat, if you're in a position of power, what is your number one obligation other than overseeing? Your number one obligation is to train everybody else and make sure that everybody else knows how to sit in this seat. If and when it becomes your turn to no longer be there, that kingdom still has the role. You know what I'm saying? Let's take it back to the old school days. You know what I'm saying? When they throwing swords, rocks, and bow and arrows. Let's take it back there. You know what I'm saying? So as the number one, it's your job to train up the people as in where they should go. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm gonna be looking at that one that's kind of timid, but is always asking questions, because that joker right there, he's coachable. You might not see it. Oh, bruh, nah, bruh, he's new. He can't do this. He ain't been here long enough. This, that, and the
He don't
third.
know nothing.
That's surface. That's surface. But what is that man also doing that you ain't looking at? You looking at years and experience versus education and guidance. You looking at the wrong shit. You feel me?
Well, see, that being said, how many people, because I can actually say I've been one of them, how many people go fill out that job application and then hear, oh, nah, you're too overqualified?
Yep.
Okay.
That's some
Now,
stupid shit.
now, see, at first I thought, hey, look, that's fucking retarded. Because if I'm overqualified, then go ahead and let me flip these burgers. Because obviously I need a paycheck because I'm overqualified. But then I got to thinking about it, and I was like, nah, it's not that I'm overqualified and that the young dude isn't. So let's give it to him. It's because I'm sorry, but thinking about it in a construction aspect, I've got construction under my belt. I would rather go and do new construction on a house than go and work on a house that was built in the 1700s that's had 90 people work on it, because I don't know what kind of mess I'm going to get into.
Hell yeah.
So that new house, I can train, okay? I can train the new guy to do it how I want it done. So therefore, no experience sometimes is better experience, because you can train them the way that you want them to move. If I get a guy from another club then what he's going to be doing the whole time is, oh, my club didn't do it like that. My club did
Yep.
it like this. My club did it like that. Well, guess what? This ain't that club. But if I get that new guy that's never been a biker a day in his life and he comes, hey, man, I'm ready to be a prospect, and you did your hang around period and we want you as a prospect, then that's the kind of dude I want, because then I can teach you the proper way to move, how to act, how to speak, all that. I can teach you the knowledge that you need to know, but I'm going to teach you that knowledge with morality, okay? Because that knowledge is useful if you ain't got the morals and the common sense to apply it correctly.
Yeah, you don't have to break a bunch of bad habits when you get somebody in there. And by the way, those ones who always come in and say, well, we didn't do it in the old club that way. Okay, then why the fuck you leave?
Mm-hmm.
Why you ain't still with them? Why you want to bring all that bad shit from there over here and bring it on us? Because that ain't what we're about. I've never understood that mentality. What? Okay, so if you liked it so much over there, why'd you leave? I know we've all experienced that. It sucks. I don't like having to break bad habits either. I did the construction thing as well, and I agree with you 100%. I'd rather work on a new build than something that's been worked on 57 times by somebody else. No, thank you. I'll pass.
Still got this house.
Yeah, and here I am in a house built in the early 1900s and struggling to get this motherfucker fixed. There's the perfect example, okay?
Why you need to listen
Don't
to your wife.
Don't be like Frost. Listen to Frost. There's a difference.
There you go. Do as I say, not as I do.
Exactly.
Don't let your mouth write checks your ass can't cash.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, I bet them people in Alabama are saying the same thing about you, Mr. Cholo. Moved out there, brought the ideologies with them, like a bunch of idiots. And that you go to that Alabama country restaurant and you walk in there eating and order a sweet tea, and you're like, ooh, this ain't got no lemon in it. Because it's sweet tea, not iced tea, jackass. Go back to
You're
Cali.
right.
Nah, I'm just picking on Mike. But nah, for
Well,
real,
Mike still
that's
lives in
true
L.A.
too. They wanna bring their ideologies. And sometimes that's not a bad thing. But it's not always a good thing either. You gotta learn as a leader, being an officer and doing that, it's on you to teach and make sure that shit rolls downhill, not up. Okay? Because in the construction field, we have a saying, shit rolls uphill. Because that newbie that you got as a gopher that's just supposed to be sweeping the floors, decides to pick up a power tool and mess up $30,000 in a matter of 5 minutes, then it's you as the boss or as the general contractor that's getting their ass chewed out.
Yep.
Okay, so shit rolls uphill. And it's the same way in the biker community. That probie that went out there all gung ho thinking he's Billy Badass and he sees somebody moving the wrong way than what he thinks he's supposed to move and tries to snatch some patches, that's going to come back on the actual officers of that club. So shit rolls uphill, but it's your job as an officer to make sure that shit rolls downhill. And that's why we come and we did this episode tonight. Never outshine the master, because we don't want them probies causing shit to roll uphill. We want it to roll downhill the way it's supposed to. Let's keep it going down, okay?
Mike still lives in L.A. It's just lower Alabama now.
Yep, and the oil patch, that's another perfect example. People out there, they get the worms on there. It's their first day. They done mess something up, and now everybody's looking at $20,000 worth of lawsuits, $2 million worth of lawsuits. If you ain't seen it yet, go watch that new Billy Bob Thornton show, Landman. That's a perfect example. It'll show you. Okay, shit will roll uphill real quick, but it's your job to teach that. And if you're not teaching it, you're failing. They can't outshine you if you're doing your job correctly.
Yeah, go watch a show like Ice Road Truckers or Axemen and see how fast shit rolls uphill.
I don't care if you're in North Alabama.
The
You
joke still
still
applies, Michael.
Roberto.
Yeah, Roberto. I do want to say one thing off topic real quick. Something I brought up in the Discord the other day because I know not everybody in here is in our Discord. Why not? You should be anyways. Get in there. But when you go purchase something off the TeePublic site, T-shirt, hat, sticker, don't matter what it is, whatever you purchase it, these two gentlemen over here, they get a small portion of what you spend on that site. It ain't much. Like a T-shirt, they probably get $2, $3. Buy a sticker, you get 75 cents. But they get something. They get a little bit,
I think I got a
and it
quarter when
helps.
you bought that sticker.
No, was it? Yeah, it was $3 for the sticker. So yeah, that's probably about right. But it's not. They ain't getting rich off of this TeePublic site, but it does help pay the bills. It helps pay for the StreamYard. So encourage you to go out there, and even if it's just something small, you don't have to buy 5 T-shirts.
Shit is fuck rich, bro.
Get a coffee mug or a sticker or something, whatever you can afford when you can afford it. Warlane, just know that it helps these guys out too.
Warlane.
Oh,
Some noobs just can't be taught, and that is true. But that's why Trouble. I'll let you take that one. Oh wait, give him a minute, and then I'm gonna let him take that one because I want to see what he has to say about that comment because
My
some
bad.
newbies just can't be taught.
What
And
happened?
Some
so
Some
noobs
newbies
just
can't
Shelly
can't
be.
be taught.
said some newbies can't be taught. And that is true. Some's just hard headed, don't want to listen, and can't be taught. But hopefully, we've done something by a certain process to be able to figure all that out. You want to do that one?
Yeah. So, um, everybody can be taught. You just have to figure out the measuring to teach them. It's just like baking a pie, baking a cake, whatever the case may be. Changing your oil, since we're on KSD. There's a metric system that you have to use, and if you tend to do it improperly, then it probably won't run as such. Same thing as teaching people. It's not that they can't be taught. You just have to teach them on their level of experience. The level of experience should get them on your playing field as long as they go through this little period that may be a little long if they can't be taught, which is called a probationary period. Got prospect.
Yep.
That's it. There's no other way around it. If you prospect, I guarantee you 90% of the time there's not going to be a failure. I say 90% because there are room for error for the hard heads. That's going to constantly get suspended. It's going to constantly buck the system. So, you know what I'm saying? Get to learn your bros for your bros. Get to learn your sisters for your sisters. We talk about it all the time. But I don't believe in can't be taught because if you can't be taught, how did you make it this old today?
That's a misconception a lot of people have about prospecting or being a probie. It ain't just about the probie or the prospect learning what he needs to learn to be around the club. It's also time for the club to see if that prospect or that probie is going to be a good fit too. You got to learn them just like they're trying to learn you. But that's a misconception that people don't understand. They don't have that knowledge.
See, y'all's nicer than I am. I want to know that by the hang around period.
Well, that too. I'm just saying
I mean, I
that
really
the
do
misconception
because,
is it's all about them, and it's not. It's about the whole club getting to them too.
but see, the hang around period is strictly, prospecting's for both, but the hang around period strictly for the club
Yeah,
to get to know that person. That person should be coming out to a certain amount of events, a certain amount of rides, seeing how they move, seeing how they act, being there. I want to see them in that hang around period. I want to
yeah.
hang out with them in that hang around period. A lot of people out here in this MC world be like, I don't even talk to probies. I don't even talk to hang arounds. Why? You're not doing your duty if you're not doing that. I'm the type of person, I want to know who the new hang around is. Who's that guy? What's he about? let me get to know him. Let's sit down and have a drink, play a game of pool, hop on twos, go for a ride, do whatever. But I want to know that in the hang around period because I'm gonna be teaching some stuff during the hang around period. And if you ain't picking it up by the time we decide to prospect you, then you ain't prospecting because obviously you wasn't paying attention. You didn't learn shit.
How you handle yourself in the clubhouse and how you handle yourself out of the clubhouse. Do you move the same way in both places, or are you one person in the clubhouse and you're another person out in public? Me, I'm the same. Period. 24/7, 365. This is who I am. Take it or leave it. I act the same way. I am the same way, and that has served me well for my whole life. Yeah, I'm the old graybeard man of father time. Call me what you will, but it's served me well. These guys, I'm sure they'll say the same thing. They are who they are, especially Trouble, because he'll tell you he don't give a fuck. This is me. Don't like it? Carry your ass on.
See,
Yeah, that's
trouble,
never been a lot.
trouble will.
Never. I've been like that my whole life.
Yeah.
Nah, you better than me. You'll filter yourself a little bit better than I will. See,
Yeah, that's because
I,
I got, I got certain. The thing is, the reason why I filter is because I have a little admirer that's under the age of 18 up here. You know what I'm saying? He never speaks, but he always watches. So I try not to say but so much, but when we get these touchy topics, I don't give a fuck.
oh no, I'm talking about off air.
Oh yeah, off air. Hey, look, man, I don't like to get riled up, man.
Cause like the phone call, when we first got started, you know what phone call I'm talking about. I was just I answered the phone and I didn't know what to do. I was just listening, and all of a sudden I hear trouble. Now, don't forget, I already warned y'all what he's gonna say, and I was like, "Look, no disrespect, but y'all can kiss my motherfucking ass, okay? That's just the way I feel about it." And then trouble pops up. I told you he was gonna be like that. You don't want to talk to him. He don't know how to talk to people. He's gonna say what's in his heart. He don't have a mind to filter that out because I don't. Normally, I think absolutely nothing about what I say. I get sick and tired of it because on Mondays, I will get 10 million phone calls and messages and everything else. And they'll be like, "What are y'all talking about tonight?" I don't know. Well, who's going to be on the show tonight? I don't know. Well, do you have any idea what's going on tonight? Nope. I sure don't. Um, I got asked, we was doing an interview one time. Well, what kind of questions are you going to ask on the interview? And I held up an empty notepad, and trouble started rolling. He was laughing so damn hard because I held up an empty notepad. I was like, "These questions, this is what I got written down. I've been working on it for a week," and it was empty because I don't know. I don't think about it, man. If I bring it straight from my heart, then y'all know I'm sincere about it. But
Yeah.
if I do like these other people and I'm writing it down and I'm scripting it, it's not gonna mean the same. So I would
That's
rather sit right here, talk to you guys from my heart, and let y'all know that that's how I feel. You don't like
so.
Frost? Fuck you. I don't care if you like me or not. You don't
So
like
get,
KSD? Fuck it. I don't care if you watch us or not. I've got plenty of people on here that do that I respect. They respect me, and we shut the hell up, Genesis. And we actually get along because you know they know that it's from the heart, that it's true, and that we're not going to steer you in the wrong direction. I've said we've had one time, literally one time, where we gave bad info. Come back the very next episode, said, "Hey, yo, look, I'm sorry. I apologize. We said something wrong. This is the way that it is. I didn't want to steer y'all in the wrong direction, so I'm taking responsibility in that.
yep.
I fixed the problem." Never since that one time have we ever had anybody call us, "Hey, that's false information."
And the reason that is, um, gals and guys and whatever else is out here in this world today. is because we speak from the heart, man. Like, how can you lie about what you've been through in this whole lifestyle? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're gonna speak off your knowledge, your thoughts and opinions, how can anybody else come up and tell you that is wrong? It's what I think. I didn't say what you think, and I didn't say what was written down in the book. I said what I think. You know what I'm saying? So if you coming to me and trying to correct my thought pattern, then me and you have a problem now because you don't know me like you think you know me, and I don't think I'm a clone. I don't believe. I'm not sure. We gotta
Mm-mm.
do some more research. Get back to your next episode. But yeah, straight up.
So
That's why I don't care.
Genesis said, I was a founder of all female motorcycle club started in Fayetteville. During an event, the president at the time decided to raise her tone. I walked away, wouldn't address the disrespect, and she felt like I was wrong because I didn't talk to her in front of a crowd of people. And that goes back to what we brought up real early in the show. How do you deal with that?
Just like this, some situations you handle vocally and in public, some you take private. The fact that she did it in front of a crowd means that she was looking for an audience. So, that being said, what's up, Dark Soul? Glad you could join us. That being said, have you ever tried to return something to the store and you go to return it and they don't argue with you? They just hand you your money back and send you on your way, and you're like, man, I wanted to have a fucking argument right now. So, then there's other times where you return something to the store and they want to argue with you, and you're like, yes, because finally you get to get a little bit of that built up shit out. So I'm one of them people. um I don't want to deal with the drama, but I gladly will because it's fun for me. So if you want to have the controversy, we can have the controversy. If you want to keep it civil, we can keep it civil. We can have a hood conversation, or we can have an intellectual educational conversation. It doesn't matter which perspective you want to go. I can go whichever terminology you want to go with. So I can talk to you like you ain't never seen a book a day in your life. You straight corner boy, that's all you know. Let's have that conversation. I can have that corner boy conversation. And I'll fuck you up. Straight like that. You got me fucked up. You think I can't take it back to the streets. But at the same time, I can have someone that's very book smart, very intellectual, and want to use big words to try to perplex you and make it all complicated. And I can go that terminology as well. I've passed the bar exam in 3 states. Okay? I'm not a lawyer. I did it just for fun. Now, that being said, not everyone's like that. But me and somebody, I think it was me and you, Beaker, was talking about it. You got to have street smarts and book smarts to make it in this world. You got to have a little bit of both. You got to be willing to step up, do what you got to do, but at the same time, you got to be able to have that educational conversation to go about what you're doing. Now, that being said, all of I haven't had the most legal or legitimate past in my life, but here I am today trying to continue this law abiding citizen lifestyle. It's not really working out too well, but I'm trying. And I'm working on currently writing a grant to be able to get some funding assistance for my fire department. Now, we don't have a backup generator. We got 438 people as of yesterday without power. If we had a backup generator with power, we would be able to house some of them people. Also, if the trucks get too cold, they don't like to start right. So, heating is an issue. Housing can be solved. Everything. We got kitchen, we got dining room, we got a living area, a game room, a shower, everything in there. So I'm not just thinking about it as, hey, we need a generator for the firefighters. I'm thinking about, hey, this is not only a great thing for the fire department, but this can also be used for the community itself. And I took that upon myself to do that. Now, not everyone's going to be like that. But I come from the hood, and I don't know a lot of stuff like most people do. But I have no problem learning stuff because I'm always eager to learn something new. I might not know jack shit about, fixing a car, but I can build you a house. I can teach you how to write bylaws. I can teach you how to write a legal binding contract. And I can teach you how to get out of trouble if you're in trouble because I know my rights federally, state, county, city, all that. If you ain't taking time to learn all that, you're failing yourself and the people around you. Uh-oh. Trouble back here moving stuff around.
Must be getting close to that time.
I told her to play Salt and Pepper, Push It.
Boy, you wild as hell.
No, Ghost, if you weren't here when the show started, he's in the hospital getting ready for the baby to come.
Yep, my niece about to be born. And, all we can say is that we're very proud and very honored that Trouble took the time to be on the episode tonight because I asked him, I said, yo, we can do it without you. We can reschedule however you want to do it. He said, nah, I'm going to be there. I'm just letting you know that, baby girl come in this world. I'm hopping off real quick.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and say my closing because it's getting about there. So I appreciate everybody for coming along with this KSD journey. First episode of the year. First law of 48 laws of power. We got 47 more to go. Frost, salute you, big bro. Beaker, salute you. Everybody in the chat, especially our newbies. You can be talked to. Joke, little joke. Welcome to KSD. We're facetious at sometimes, but
We'll
fake
get
love is always
Monster
worse
there
than
one
real
day.
hate. Yeah, we'll get monster there one day, but fake love is always worse than real hate. No debate. You heard it here first. It's your main man Trouble, aka Left Lane Bully, and I'm about to go see my baby girl. Peace.
Peace, brother.
Have a good one, bro. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah.
Remember, if y'all want to get them something for the baby, you can always go to the T Public site. They got baby stuff on there too.
Not only that, there's a Cash App at the bottom of the screen. If you want to send anything, put for Trouble. I will gladly let him or not let him know who it came from. And make sure that he gives a shout out. That way he got the funds. Because we about that life over here. We look out for each other. And shout out to Beaker. So the new designs that came up, me and Beaker both worked really hard on them. The first four, I think, are the ones that I did. And then Beaker did the ones with the years. So make sure you go check out tpublic.com/user/KSD and you go get you a shirt. If you are not a part of the KSD group on Facebook, it's Kickstandz Down on Facebook, Kickstandz Down on Discord, TikTok. We're working on getting a couple other platforms up and going, but we always try to inform you all of when we have merch on sale.
Oh, baby here?
So, yeah, he hopped off the show.
Uh-oh.
It's about that time. So, much love to everybody. Before we get off here, I do want everybody to hop in the comments real quick and say congratulations to Sis and to Trouble. Make sure you keep them in your prayers. And it's your boy Frost, and I'm out of here.
Oh, thanks again, everybody, for coming to join us here tonight. We definitely appreciate all the support and the love. And yeah, again, congratulations out there to Trouble on the new one. That little girl coming to us. We all need to take care of everybody, take care of each other. Be good, like, share, subscribe. Go to all the groups, to all the different social medias, Facebook, Discord, TikTok, whatever. I'm sure we got others. Like I said, we'll have others coming up here shortly. If you need anything from me, I'm easy to find. I'm in the Facebook group. I'm in the Discord. Really, I'm real easy to get a hold of. All my information is in the Discord. If you want it, just ask. I get it to you, no problem. Much love, respect, and honor to all of you. Thank you again for coming out. Peace. Until next time.
Say let's get it.
Kickstandz down, sweater toes on the ground. Feet fall around, I'm 10 toes down.
If you want it, we can get it. Chop it up, then split it. If it's solid, then I'm with it. Say let's get it. Only one gon' scratch, the other two, they scared. Nobody forgot what you said. The beef ain't dead, get it back in bloodshed. Ducking from the cops and the ops and the feds. Serve 'em off the top with the